Your mind is your most valuable real estate. What you allow into it will either build your future or quietly destroy it. The choice is yours. Part 2. The gate to your greatness is your mind. You wouldn't let a stranger walk into your home, dump garbage all over your living room, and walk out. So why let unwanted thoughts, negative voices, and useless distractions dump into your mind? Every word you hear, every post you scroll, every voice you listen to is planting something inside you. And those seeds? They don't just sit there. They grow. Some grow into confidence, clarity, and courage. Others grow into fear, doubt, and delay. It's simple. What you allow in your mind shapes what flows out of your life. Your thoughts are not harmless. They're blueprints. Many people think it's just a video, or it's just background noise. But nothing is neutral. Every message you receive, through words, images, even music, is either sharpening your edge or dulling it. Napoleon Hill said, "Every thought you allow into your mind is building your future or tearing it down." Your thoughts become your emotions. Your emotions drive your actions. Your actions shape your habits. Your habits build your life. So the question is, are you paying attention to your inner architect? Or have you left your mind wide open? Don't let weeds take over your garden. Think of your mind like a garden. If you plant roses and tend them daily, beauty will grow. But if you do nothing, weeds take over by default. That's how the mind works. If you don't choose what enters your mind, the world will. And the world doesn't always plant good seeds. It plants fear, gossip, drama, jealousy, distraction. Would you eat from a spoiled table just because you're hungry? No. Then why feed your mind with junk just because it's convenient? Be ruthless about what you let in. It's time to become the guard at the gate. Every book you read, every show you binge, every friend you keep is either helping you build the life you want or pulling you away from it. The mind doesn't filter like a machine. It absorbs what you feed it. And what it absorbs shapes your beliefs. Your beliefs shape your behavior. Your behavior shapes your destiny. So ask yourself daily, who am I letting speak into my life? What thoughts am I allowing to replay on loop? Are these voices helping me rise, or making me retreat? Take back the controls. No one else will. If you're waiting for someone to choose you, give you permission, or tell you it's your time, you'll be waiting forever. Success doesn't arrive in a golden envelope. No one's coming to your door with a neatly wrapped opportunity and a round of applause. That's a fantasy. In the real world, opportunity is taken, not given. You are the only one who can step forward. It doesn't matter if no one believes in you right now. What matters is that you believe enough to take the first step. Action without applause. Imagine a train refusing to leave the station because no one is cheering. Sounds ridiculous, right? But that's how many people live, waiting for validation before they move. Waiting for someone to say, "You're ready." But the truth is, you don't need applause to start. You don't need a round of likes or a pat on the back to take action. You need a decision. That's it. Initiative is your superpower. Real change happens when you stop asking, "Can I?" and start saying, "I will." That's initiative. And it's one of the rarest traits in the world today. Most people are looking around, waiting to be invited into success. Leaders don't wait. They create. Winners don't ask for permission. They move. So ask yourself, when was the last time you did something without being told? That was initiative. That was power. That was you stepping into leadership. Embrace the fire. It's making you stronger. Let's talk about struggle. Everyone wants success. Few want the weight that comes with it. But here's the truth. Struggle isn't the enemy. It's the gym that builds your soul. Think about it. When did you grow the most in your life? Was it in seasons of ease? Or was it in the moments when everything felt like it might fall apart, and you stood back up anyway? That pain shaped you. That pressure forged you. Like steel becoming a sword, you're being refined, not ruined. Fire doesn't break you. It builds you. Picture a blacksmith at the forge. He doesn't complain about the fire. He knows the heat is part of the process. The raw metal has no purpose until it's shaped by pressure and flame. The same goes for you. The struggle you're facing right now. It's preparing you for strength you'll need later. Don't run from it. Stand in it. Let it sharpen your edge. Stop waiting. Start leading. Here's a truth Napoleon Hill would preach if he were alive today. No one is coming to lead your life for you. It's on you. Always has been. You don't need a title or a crowd. You don't need a new year or a new job. You just need one person, yourself. Self-leadership is the starting point of all success. Once you start guiding your own life, your schedule, your thoughts, your reactions, you'll stop depending on the world to do it for you. And something amazing happens. People start following. Not because you shouted, but because your walk spoke for itself. Time is not unlimited. Treat it like treasure. Most people waste time like they have an endless supply. But time isn't like money. You can't earn more of it. It's the most valuable thing you have. And it's slipping away while you scroll, complain, hesitate, or say yes to things that don't matter. Imagine someone handed you a bag of gold coins and said, "This is all you get. Ever." Would you toss them on the street? Of course not. So why waste your hours on things that don't build the life you want? Final thought, build before you feel ready. Here's the truth. You'll never feel fully ready. You'll never have perfect clarity. The fear may never fully disappear. But you still have to move. Start something. Begin the project. Change the habit. Lead your own life. Don't wait to be invited to the life you were meant to build. The world may never give you permission. But you don't need it. You need discipline, initiative, and belief. And you already have all three. So guard your mind. Take initiative. Lead yourself. And build the life that's already calling you forward.
What if everything you've ever wanted, success, wealth, confidence, peace, wasn't waiting out in the world, but quietly sitting inside your mind, waiting for you to take charge? Welcome to the most powerful workshop in your life, your thoughts. Part 1. Master the invisible first. Every great achievement starts in one place, the mind. Not in your bank account, not in your resume, not in your background or your family name. It starts in that quiet, invisible space behind your eyes. That's where the real battle is won or lost. Think about it. Your thoughts are not just passing ideas. They are blueprints. Every time you allow an idea to settle in your mind, you're sketching out your future. Some people are careful architects. Others hand over the blueprint to fear, doubt, and distraction. Which one are you? Your mind is a workshop, not a storage room. The average person has about 60,000 thoughts a day. That's a lot of mental noise. But most of those thoughts are recycled. Old worries, limiting beliefs, things other people told you about yourself that may not even be true. Napoleon Hill said it clearly. You become what you think about. So the question becomes, what are you thinking about all day long? If you treat your mind like a junk drawer, full of scattered and broken ideas, don't be surprised if your life feels the same. But if you treat your mind like a workshop, clean, focused, intentional, then you can build a life most people only dream about. You're the gatekeeper of your mind. Too often, we let moods, opinions, and random voices on social media set the tone for our day. But here's the truth. Nobody else is responsible for what lives in your mind. You are the gatekeeper. Would you let a stranger walk into your home and start rearranging your furniture? No. Then why let random influences rearrange your thoughts? Be just as protective of your mental space. Success begins with a decision. You don't need to be rich, famous, or even.
You want to grow. You want to rise. But what if the very pain you're avoiding is the path that will shape the strongest version of you? Part 3. Turn struggle into strength. We live in a culture obsessed with comfort. Take it easy, they say. Don't work too hard. But here's a truth you won't hear on most social media reels. Growth does not come from ease. It comes from effort. From struggle. From fire. Napoleon Hill taught that every adversity carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. But you only find that benefit if you stop running from struggle and start learning from it. So let's get real. If you're facing hard times right now, pressure, pain, disappointment, it's not proof that you're failing. It's proof that you're in training. Discomfort isn't a sign to quit, it's a sign you're building. What do we do when things get hard? Most people retreat. They say, "This must not be meant for me." They start looking for the exit instead of looking for the lesson. But champions, those who win, those who grow, see struggle differently. They see it as a gym for the soul. You don't get stronger by watching people lift weights. You grow by picking up something heavy. and lifting it even when it hurts. That's what struggle is doing to you right now. It's putting weight on you not to break you, but to build you. Fire reveals what's inside you. Picture a piece of raw steel. It's flat, dull, nothing special. But put it in the fire, hit it with the hammer, shape it under pressure, and what do you get? A blade. Strength isn't given. It's forged. You're being forged too. Those long nights? That heartbreak? That frustration when nothing seems to be working, they're not pointless. They're purposeful. You're in the fire because you're becoming something new. Something better. Something sharper. Your greatest growth comes from your greatest trials. Look back on your life for a second. When did you change the most? When did your character deepen, your mindset shift, your heart toughen up? Was it when life was smooth? No, it was when you were broke, hurt, lost, or scared. But you got up anyway. You don't learn resilience from comfort. You learn it from crawling when you can't walk, from showing up when you want to hide, from saying, "I'll keep going," even when it feels like you're going nowhere. That's not weakness. That's power. Stop avoiding the furnace. Step into it. Society tells us discomfort is a sign that something's wrong. But what if it's a sign that something's right? What if your pain isn't punishment, but preparation? If you want to rise, you must stop trying to avoid the heat. The heat is where the transformation happens. You must face the fire with open eyes and a willing heart. Because that's how the blade is made. That's how you are made. Pain is a teacher. Listen to it. Yes, pain is hard. Yes, struggle wears you out. But stop seeing it as something to escape. Instead, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Where am I being stretched? What is being removed that I no longer need? You may not see the lesson right away, but trust that it's there. The struggle is not the end. It's a chapter, and it's the chapter that builds the rest of the book. Tired doesn't mean finished. Let's get something straight. Feeling tired does not mean you've failed. It means you're human. It means you're putting in the work. It means you care enough to keep showing up, even when it's hard. Even Napoleon Hill knew the climb is steep. The majority of people are ready to throw their aims and purposes overboard and give up at the first sign of opposition or misfortune. Don't be that majority. You're not done just because you're tired. You're done when you quit. And if you haven't quit, you're still in the game. The struggle you're facing is building the strength you'll need. Think of every challenge as a deposit in your strength account. Every rejection? A deposit. Every lonely night? A deposit. Every obstacle? A deposit. You may not see the return yet, but it's growing point. One day, when the opportunity finally shows up, you'll be ready, not because things got easy, but because you got stronger. You are being prepared for something bigger. Have you ever felt like your dreams are bigger than your current capacity? That's exactly why the pressure is here. The life you want requires more from you than who you are right now. But good news, you're not stuck. You're becoming. That pressure you feel? It's your next level calling. It's life saying, come up higher. Not in comfort, but in capacity. You're being tested not to expose your weakness, but to reveal your potential. Final thought. Stop wishing away the struggle. Most people spend their lives praying for easier paths. But what if the path isn't supposed to be easier? What if you're supposed to become stronger? Start viewing struggle as your training ground. Start seeing resistance as your personal gym. Start thanking the fire for making you sharp. Because the truth is, easy builds nothing. Fire builds everything, and you're being built. You can have the perfect plan, the right tools, and the best intentions. But if you don't believe in yourself, nothing moves. Faith isn't just spiritual, it's practical. It's power. Part 4. Believe first, achieve second. Think back to the last time you truly believed in something, deep in your bones. Maybe it was a dream, a goal, or even just an idea no one else could see. Now ask yourself, what happened when you believed in it fully? Chances are, you acted differently. You spoke differently. You walked into the room with a fire others didn't understand. That's the power of faith. Not religious faith, but belief in the unseen. Napoleon Hill said it best. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. The belief part is the bridge. Without it, your dream is just a fantasy. Faith is not passive, it's fuel. Most people misunderstand faith. They think it's about sitting still, waiting, hoping something good might happen. But real faith is movement. It's acting before the evidence shows up. It's starting the business before the money's in the bank. It's applying for the job before you feel ready. It's writing the first page of the book before anyone believes in you, including yourself. Faith is the gas in the car. And no matter how great the vehicle, it won't move without it. When you believe, your energy shifts. You move forward, even in fear, and that's when doors start opening. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. How many people never get started because they're waiting to feel ready? How many dreams are buried under piles of what ifs? Here's a truth that stings. Most people fail in their mind before they ever try in real life. They don't fail because they lack talent, or money, or time. They fail because they don't believe. They doubt. They wait. They talk themselves out of the life they were built for. But you're not. Most people. Not if you're reading this. Because now you know better. Belief changes your body language. Here's the wild part. Your body listens to your beliefs. Walk into a room thinking, I'm not good enough. And your shoulders slump, your voice gets quiet, and your presence shrinks. But walk in thinking, I've got something valuable to offer. And suddenly, your eyes lock in, your voice carries weight. People pay attention. It's not magic. It's belief. When you believe in yourself, others start believing in you too. Not because they see proof, but because they feel your energy. And that energy? It's contagious. What you believe determines what you attempt. Faith unlocks effort. Without belief, you don't try. And if you don't try, you can't win. It's that simple. Imagine someone standing at the edge of a cliff, trying to decide whether to jump into a pool below. If they believe the water is deep, they'll leap. But if they believe the water is shallow, they'll hesitate. Or walk away completely. Same cliff. Same pool. The only difference. Belief. What pool are you standing beside in life? What dreams are waiting for your leap? Stop analyzing. Start believing. You don't need everyone to believe, just you waiting for the world to support your dream. You'll wait forever. The crowd doesn't believe until after the success. The visionary believes before. Most people won't understand your journey. They'll project their fears onto you. They'll tell you to play it safe or be realistic. But here's the truth. You don't need them to see it. You just need you to believe it long enough to bring it to life. Because once you do, once the results show up, everyone else will say, I always knew you could. But you will know who believed first. Faith isn't denial, it's direction. Let's clear something up. Faith doesn't mean ignoring reality. It doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect when it's not. Faith means saying, yes, this is hard. Yes, I'm scared. Yes, I don't have it all figured out. But I'm still moving. It's not about lying to yourself. It's about choosing a better truth. A truth like, I was built for this. I grow under pressure. If I keep going, I'll get there. That mindset doesn't come from the outside. It starts in you. Feed your faith or feed your fear. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you water grows. If you keep feeding it fear, negative news, toxic people, self-doubt, don't be surprised when anxiety grows. But if you feed it faith, positive action, supportive voices, daily affirmations, belief grows. You get to choose the environment inside your own head, every day. You're either strengthening your fear or your faith. Which one wins? The one you feed. Faith is the antidote to failure when failure comes. And it will. Faith is what keeps you standing. It's what says, this is a setup, not a setback. There's something better ahead. I'm not done yet. Without faith, you crumble. With it, you rise, even stronger. Napoleon Hill said, faith is the only known antidote for failure. Not talent, not money, not a perfect plan. Faith, because belief keeps you in the game. And if you stay in long enough, you win. Final word, build your belief daily. Belief is not a one-time decision. It's a daily practice. Just like brushing your teeth, eating right, or exercising, it requires consistency. You have to train your mind to believe in your dream, your potential, your purpose, every single day. Because the world will try to shake it. But if your belief is strong, you'll stay rooted. And from that root, everything else grows. Success doesn't come to those who wait, it comes to those who decide. Every great achievement started with a single, firm, and fearless decision. What are you waiting to decide? Part 5. The power of a definite decision. Think of the last time you stood at a crossroads. 2 options. 1 moment. And the clock ticking. You waited. You waited. You asked friends. You second-guessed yourself. And maybe you stayed stuck. That's how most people live, trapped in indecision. But here's the truth. Indecision is a decision. And it's the one that keeps people broken, and behind. Successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly. Napoleon Hill. Let that sink in. Every extraordinary life starts the same way, with a bold, clear, definite decision. Decisions shape destiny. You're not just making choices. You're shaping your future. Point 1 choice to show up early. Point 1 choice to stay consistent. Point 1 choice to invest in yourself. That's the secret behind every overnight success. It wasn't magic. It wasn't luck. It was 1,000 small but deliberate decisions. Your future doesn't just happen. You build it, one choice at a time. Stop waiting for the right time. This is where most people get stuck. They say, I'm waiting for the perfect moment. I'll start when I feel ready. Maybe next month, next year, after I get more experience. But the right time never comes. Why? Because indecision is rooted in fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of regret. But regret doesn't come from bad decisions. It comes from no decisions. The moment you choose, you gain power. Action creates clarity. Movement builds momentum. Decisions create results. The truth about wrong decisions here is what they don't teach you in school. You'll learn more from a wrong decision than from no decision at all. Think about it. A bad choice will teach you a lesson. A missed opportunity teaches you nothing. So instead of being paralyzed by the fear of choosing wrong, ask yourself, what will I miss if I don't choose at all? Because the biggest cost in life isn't failure, it's hesitation. The decision that changed everything. Every successful person you admire made a momentous decision. Steve Jobs decided to drop out and build Apple. Oprah decided to speak her truth on national TV. Colonel Sanders decided to sell his chicken recipe at age 65. None of them waited for permission. They decided, and the universe responded. You have that same power. Right now, this very moment. What decision are you avoiding? What dream is waiting on the other side of your hesitation? Burn the boats. In ancient times, warriors would land on enemy shores and burn their own ships. Why? Because it left them with only 2 choices, victory or death. There was no turning back. No escape plan. No retreat. That's how you must treat your dreams. When you decide, really decide, there's no backup plan. There's no try. There's only do. Burn the boats. Cut off retreat. Make your dream non-negotiable. How to make strong decisions. 1. Get quiet. Turn off the noise. No social media. No distractions. Just you and the truth. Point 2. Ask the right question. Not what's safest, but what aligns with my purpose. 3. Trust your gut. Your intuition is smarter than your fear. Point 4. Write it down. A decision written becomes a promise to yourself. Point 5. Act immediately. Don't wait. Take 1 step right now. Even a small one. Momentum favors the bold. Indecision is a thief. It robs you of time, peace, energy, and growth. Indecision drains you. Indecision confuses you. Indecision keeps you average. And worse, indecision opens the door for other people to decide your life for you. You let others choose your schedule, your priorities, your path, because you didn't choose first. But when you decide with clarity and conviction, you take your power back. Decide. Then stick. Weak people change their minds often. Strong people stand firm. Once you decide, don't keep second-guessing. Don't ask for everyone's approval. Don't let fear creep back in. Decide. Commit. Execute. That's how you build trust with yourself. That's how you grow confidence. That's how you win. Final word. Your life is one decision away. Think about it. 1 decision to start. Point 1 decision to stop. Point 1 decision to go on. That's all it takes to change the story. You don't need 10 steps. You need 1 choice, and the courage to make it. Right now, there's something you know you need to do. You've been dancing around it, talking about it, waiting for someday. But someday is today. Make the call, send the message. Start the project, change the direction, decide who you want to be, and act like it already happened. The future belongs to the bold, not the lucky, not the gifted. The bold.so ask yourself, what will I decide, right now, that my future self will thank me for? You can have the vision, the plan, and the talent, but without this one ingredient, none of it matters. It's the fuel behind every dream, the force that moves mountains. Faith. Part 6. Faith in action. Believe first, when later here's the truth most people never grasp. Faith isn't just spiritual, it's practical. It's the invisible power that drives visible results. Faith is the difference between the person who tries and the one who finishes, between the person who dreams and the one who achieves. And we're not just talking about religious faith, we're talking about unshakable belief in yourself, your goal, your purpose, your future. If you don't believe you can win, you've already lost. Faith is a state of mind. Think about this. Every champion believed they would win before they crossed the finish line. Every millionaire believed in their value before anyone paid them. Every inventor believed their idea would work before it existed. That's faith. Faith says, I may not see it yet, but I know it's coming. You don't wait for proof. You become the proof. Faith is seeing the invisible and acting like it's inevitable. The invisible law of faith, Napoleon Hill said. Faith is the starting point of all accumulation of riches. Why? Because your belief controls your behavior. If you believe something is possible, you'll take bold action. If you believe you're meant for more, you'll work like it's already yours. If you believe failure is just feedback, you'll keep going. But if you doubt yourself, you procrastinate. You settle. You self-sabotage. It all starts in the mind. What you believe determines what you do, and what you do determines what you get. Build faith, build power. You don't need more motivation, you need more faith. And faith isn't passive. You can build it like a muscle. Here's how. 1. Speak it. Word-shaped belief. Speak victory even when it feels fake. Say out loud, I'm capable. I'm built for this. I will finish what I started. Your brain hears you, and it starts aligning your actions with your words. 2. See it. Visualization isn't fluff. It's strategy. Top athletes, CEOs, and performers see their win before it happens. Take 5 minutes daily to see the goal. Feel the result. Imagine the process. Your mind doesn't know the difference between real and vividly imagined. So imagine with intensity. 3. Act boldly. Nothing builds faith like forward motion. Even a small step toward your dream tells your brain, this is real. This is happening. Every time you take action, even if you're scared, you prove to yourself that you believe. Faith grows by doing. 4. Guard your circle. Surround yourself with believers. People who think big. People who push you. People who remind you who you are when you forget. Doubt is contagious. But so is faith. Protect your mindset like your life depends on it. Because it does. What happens without faith? Without faith, you'll never start. Or you'll start and stop. You'll quit when it gets hard. You'll talk yourself out of every opportunity. You'll live safe and small and sorry. But when you move with faith, you walk into rooms like you belong there. You pitch ideas like they're already approved. You live like success is not a matter of if, but when. Faith plus action equals miracles. Faith by itself is not enough, and action by itself can burn you out. But when you combine belief with bold action, that's when the doors swing open. You show up different. You solve problems faster. You stay calm in the storm. You don't just survive. You dominate. Because you know this truth. What's meant for you is already yours. If you're willing to walk toward it with faith, your mountain is waiting right now. There's something big you're called to do. A goal. A vision. A destiny. But fear is whispering. What if I fail? What if they laugh? What if I'm not good enough? You answer with faith. What if I fly? You don't need all the answers. You just need enough belief to take the next step. Faith doesn't eliminate fear. It just makes you move anyway. And every step you take, faith gets louder, and fear gets quieter. Final word. Walk like it's already yours. Faith is walking like the door will open, even when you don't see the handle. It's waking up and saying, I was made for this. I don't chase, I attract. I'm not lucky, I'm aligned. You're not here by accident. You have a purpose, a gift, a fire, and you're not waiting anymore. You're deciding. You're moving. You're believing. And now, you're unstoppable. Direct Hit Series Recap: 6 Laws of an Unstoppable Life. 1. Thoughts are power. Guard your mind, shape your future. Point 2. Desire ignites. Burn with a purpose bigger than fear. Point 3. Clarity wins. Know what you want. Go after it daily. Point 4. Decision is power. One choice changes everything. Point 5. Action creates results. Move boldly. Move now. Point 6. Faith drives it all. Believe first. Win later.